This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. More about them at some point in this average skit. Welcome back to the BS News Network. I'm your slightly intoxicated host, Phil O. And I'm Bill Leave Me. And here's our top story that we mostly made up earlier today. Something in your food is killing you, and your politicians might be to blame. That's right, Phil. A couple people died of food poisoning at the exact same time Congress passed a bill allowing men in female restrooms. Coincidence? I think not. Here's some B-roll of Congress we found online. Thanks, Bill. Now, to help us lie about this story, let's now move to the Senate floor where a slightly bothered member of Congress will repeat exactly what we just said, but with bigger words. Congressman? That's right, Phil. I'm a member of Congress. I can see that. So what can you tell us about this bill that we haven't already said on air? Well, the other side opposed the bill, so I'm currently looking for reasons why it's actually really good. Sounds like you have a brain of your own. So did you happen to read what's in the bill before you voted on it? I just read the title and voted the way they told me to. Wow, really glad you're in charge. Anyways, thanks for taking the time today, Senator. Just trying to get reelected, Phil. Well, since that added zero context to anything, let's now move to our three panelists who make less than I do that are solely here to agree with everything I have to say. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts on the bill? Well, for me personally, I think this bill is a terrible idea. Actually, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, Jim. I hate the idea of this bill. Sounds like you guys both agree with each other. And you down at the end? I'm just here to promote my new book. Fantastic. So just to be clear, none of you have anything remotely relevant to add to the program. Nope, not at all. No, sir. I'm just here to promote my new book. Excellent. Well, powerful insight as always, gentlemen. Here's some more B-roll of Congress we found online. So in a desperate attempt to drag this story out as long as physically possible, I'd now like to bring in a guy sitting in front of books to make it look like he's qualified to speak about something intelligent. Professor, thanks for joining us today. All right, it looks like we may have gotten disconnected here. Phil, thanks for having me on. Oh, okay, seems like we got a little bit of a delay. So how are you doing today, Tim? Are you able to hear me? Pretty good, man. Oh my god. All right, I don't have time for this. Let's get this guy off my program, please. Vehicular manslaughter, but other than that, it's been pretty good. And on to our next segment. It's time to talk to a guy who, for some reason, didn't think to get a camera or a good microphone before joining this program. Tom, are you there? Hey, Phil. Sorry about the bad audio. Talking to you through my car speaker with all four of my windows rolled down. I hope that's all right. Wow, it's almost as if you forgot we were having this phone call. Absolutely slipped my mind, yep. So, what can you tell us about this people-killing toilet bill that no one seems to know one thing about so far? Well, I'm completely against committing murder, which is exactly what this bill is doing here, and it seems to me that...
McDonald's, will you be using our mobile app today?
Oh crap, hang on just a second, Phil, alright? Yeah, I'll just have a large... Tom, are you running through a McDonald's drive-thru while we're live on air? Sorry, yeah, I was just thinking about this call today, gave me a lot of anxiety, and choking down a pound of McDonald's is the only way for me to really calm myself down. Well, does this happen a lot? Because eating fast food is a terrible way to cope with that. No, well, does every single meal count as a lot? Yep, it sure does. Why don't you just try today's sponsor, BetterHelp? Holy crap, I forgot you were still sitting here. Yep, I haven't moved. Wait, did you say BetterHelp? Yeah, so get this. 69% of members with anxiety report an improvement in their symptoms after just 6 weeks of using BetterHelp. 69, huh? That's pretty high. And they make it super easy to get started. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and they'll match you with a licensed therapist that's right for you in as little as a couple days. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't think that...
Alright, and did you want any ketchup or honey mustard with that order, sir?
Oh, yeah, however much you can fit in the bag without it ripping apart would be great. So, what do I do if the therapist I'm matched with isn't a great fit? Well, BetterHelp actually lets you switch therapists for free until you're paired with one that suits you the most. Oh, nice. That sounds pretty...
Yo, are y'all talking about BetterHelp? Bro, they're the absolute best. I actually have a pretty funny story about that.
Hey, can you maybe get back to, I don't know, ringing me up? Anyways, unlike every single person that works at this news station, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust, with over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot. Cool. Just click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/LandoCalRiz to get 10% off your first month of therapy.
And your total is $25.68, sir. Please pay at the first window.
That's a little steep, don't you think?
Look, sir, it's not my fault you have the appetite of a family of 5, alright?
Oh, you mother... Alright, Tom, we are out of time, but I really hope you get the help you deserve, alright? So before we wrap things up and play 8 pharmaceutical ads in a row, let's hear from our on-the-ground journalist standing dangerously close to a busy intersection to give us live updates that are really just things that you've already heard us say. Bob? Hey, Bill, good to see you. You can't see me, Bob, you're staring at a camera. So did you learn anything new about this case that we didn't already know? Nope, we know the exact same amount. I'm just in a different location than you. Wow, and have you spoken to anyone important since you've been standing there? You would be the first one today, Bill. So glad we hired you, Bob. Reach out to us if there's any more updates. If I stand right here, there probably won't be. All right, well, that concludes today's broadcast. Be sure to tune in later tonight to hear the exact same story you just heard today, but by different people. Thanks, Bill. And now we're gonna slowly pan the camera out of the studio while me and Bill pretend like we're having a conversation with our mics off. Have a good day, everyone.